Living pain here. Hope all is well. Day 301. It is a Saturday. Got to sleep in. Weighed myself, as you saw, is up a couple pounds. I was like, damn, man, I only ate like 2,600 calories. Actually, it was like 29 because I posted the video and then, around 9, 10 o'clock. And then between 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock had some snacks, some candy. I bought Alice for Christmas a whole bunch of old style candy that we used to have when we were kids, like Dip and Lick and, candy cigarettes, and one of them is Pez, so I was eating Pez. And then there's another one, which is, they call it a pop ring or whatever. It's a big candy ring, I don't know if you've ever seen them. It's, so I opened that and I'm watching TV when we went to bed and just, having a few candies. So that was about 300 calories. And when I woke up today, I was like 2 pounds and I was like, what could that have been? And then on my bike today, I realized I could hardly see the salt coming out of me. It was pretty crazy. So, what can I say? Well, today was interesting in that often I'll do a workout and I'll feel, a little bit sore the next day, but then it's the second day after where I start feeling more sore than the day after. And that's what happened to me today. I woke up and it's like, oh man, my quads are a little sore from that insanity workout. My butt's a little sore. Definitely the calves. And then even from the weightlifting, which we've been doing now for probably 6 weeks pretty consistently. My lats are sore even now, which that's only a sign that things are starting to, build, muscles building. That's how it happens, right? You put stress on it, it repairs itself, and it repairs itself a little bit stronger. So, feeling good about that. Recovery. So I'm in my Pig and Whistle yesterday, which is my bar downstairs, and I've had a few drinks and non-alcoholic, but they still had a kick to them. They were my THC beers. And so I came up with this, you get in the rabbit hole and I'm thinking, and the quote I had, I wrote it down. It was along, I've known this forever and now I'm finally starting to understand it. And basically it was something I was thinking about with recovery. And I remember when I was at the Ironman in 2010 in Kona, there was a table of older guys, and I'm talking between 75 and 82. So we're talking older guys. And, I decided to go say hi and sit down with them. And it was really cool because, it's pretty interesting to see guys doing the Ironman and they're 75 to 80. These guys were not young. And that was like 10 years ago. So I'm probably one or two of them probably isn't with us anymore. What they told me though, I was saying to them, I said, look, guys, what's the difference? And one of the guys had been doing this sort of stuff for like 20 years, 30 years. So I said, what's the difference with doing it at your age versus when you're younger? And all of them said the exact same thing: recovery time. We need more time to recover. And that got me thinking last night because, I've always known recovery my whole life. You've got to take a break, like the muscles rebuild, stuff like that. But I've always thought of it as more of just give it a day, 2 days, but never looked at it in the sense that how's my body feel, right? To get so in tune with your body where okay, it's fully recovered or it's not recovered, so that you're not even thinking in terms of time, you're thinking in terms of feeling, how does it feel? And that's what I was like yesterday. I was like, for the first time, I was feeling my body, the muscles, and where they were sore, and I'm like, okay, this needs recovery, I can tell. Or, no, this is just a little bit soreness, I could work through it. And for the first time, I started to understand recovery is different in that you need to evaluate it based on the fitness you're in at the time, based on what you did, and then based on what you got coming up, And so I know it sounds very apparent, but I'm a slow learner. The only time I used to take extra time to recover in the past when I was doing heavy Ironman training was when I felt burnt out. And where it was like, I remember there was one time I got to the end of the street on my bike, and it was supposed to be a 3-hour bike. And I connected up with a friend of mine, Al Nadcock, just by chance. He lived in the same neighborhood. He was going, and he looked at me and he's like, dude, I go, I'm whipped. And he goes, you better go home. So that was like the only time, those sort of times is when it was recovery. And now I'm starting to realize, you know what, you're not 40. And I still think when you're 40 to 45, man, you still have lots of potential. Look at Tom Brady, which, by the way, I have some money in my bookie because the Mike Tyson fight that I betted on was a draw. So nobody wins. So I've got this money sitting in my bookie, and I'm going to bet it on the Super Bowl, but I don't know who to bet it on. You've got Tom Brady, who's like 42, 43, 44, somewhere in there, goes to a new team first season and makes it the Super Bowl. And then you got this Patrick Mahone, who's like first year in the NFL, wins the Super Bowl. Second year, he's in it again. So if you have, I haven't done any research, but if you have any tips, feel free to put them in, because I don't know how much do I have in there, a couple $100, but anyway, so I'm going to, hopefully, it can't be a draw this time. At least I know that. I'm going to either win or I'm going to lose. What else today? Went for a car ride. There's nothing else to do. Ate pretty healthy today. I did have a bonk, or near bonk, for those that know what it is. So essentially I rode my bike. We got, went for a car ride, came back home. I rode my bike for about an hour and really hadn't eaten anything once I got off the bike. I had some protein powder, but no carbs or anything like that. And so I didn't eat for a couple hours. And then, of course, you're just starting to fade, and it was not a heavy duty bonk, but it was enough where you're like, oh, you're starting to feel sick and all the rest of that. So the pizza we ordered arrived just in time, and you get some of those carbs in you, and you just let it settle, and boom, you're back in action. And I was able to even get the motivation to clean my barbecue and my smoker. I love that thing. It's like there's certain purchases that I just in my life go, I'm so glad I bought one of those, or bought it. And the smoker is in that category. And the last time I used it in the summer, you're supposed to clean them regularly. I haven't cleaned it or didn't clean it since I had it, and I did a lot of smokes on it. And so the last time I did it, I don't know, I might have hit the wrong button or something got stuck. But it was shooting up to 600, and it wasn't. I had to pull the plug. So anyway, I figured, sure hope it's not broken. So I took it into the house. It's cold out today, and cleaned it up, and it's out there being tested right now. And so far, so good. It seems to be working. Talking about cold, the pond behind us is frozen, officially frozen. So as you saw in the video today, the kids are out there skating and all that. So the plan for tomorrow is that hopefully it doesn't snow. Allison and I'll get out on the ice tomorrow. We did that the last time it froze, and it was, even though you're in shape, you don't realize it's all different muscles, and and you can hardly stand, and it's like you're gone back to being a toddler and you're learning how to walk again. So by and large for today was a good day, staying the course even though the weight's up a couple pounds. You know what, just stay the course, stay patient. That's what I'm doing. Keep doing what you're doing, and slap your hand if you do something wrong, and at least don't have these wild swings where, you know, it's 5,000 calories or there's a ton of alcohol in you, it turns off the fat burning, or, you know, again, just stay the course, have patience. So that's what I say today. Tomorrow could be a new day. Anyway, that's it for me. Living pain. Have a good one. See you tomorrow.